What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hops Geek News, your home for comic books, movies, TV shows, and typically we have a beer of the week. I'm Matt. With me, as always, is Lauren, and we haven't been on the road in a while with our favorite brothers called the Winchesters. And so today we're going to go back. We're going to finish up season 13, get you ready. And next week, we are going to be dropping a pretty rad episode with a supernatural creator for the Great Valentine special from Dynamite that's getting ready to drop. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow as always with us. And my beer of the week is from Basic City Brewing. It's called the Golden Child. I'm actually drinking this. Shout out to Micah. He hooked me up with this, and I felt like it just fit the supernatural elements and the themes and all of that jazz. So Lauren, we're doing supernatural. Finally, it's been a while.
It has. I think it's been like since September.
Something like that, yeah.
Yes. So I actually got a Rapture from the Alchemist Beer Company or Brewery. I don't think I need to explain why I chose Rapture, but I just took a picture with some Christmas presents I got this year. I got, look, little supernatural little people. It's a little mini Cass and a Dean and a Sam.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Like that you got those. That's cool.
I know. Josh really went all out this Christmas. We aren't big on presents, but this year I got the whole set of the boys. Too. Look, he's got the little
whole set of boys.
Adorable. The boys ones are cute too. Like Butcher's got a little crowbar, and this is kind of like the boys extended pack now.
Oh,
with season 5 coming.
Yeah, no, that's pretty rad. That I knew a couple things, but I didn't really know what all you got. So dang, Josh did go all out.
Yeah, he did. And I have a sweater coming that says from the novel by Stephen King or something that's really cute. He got me the wrong size, so we had to go through a whole rigmarole to get me the right size. I'm like, I don't know why you got me that size.
Was it too big, I assume? Or
it was huge. I opened it and him and Brielle both go, oh.
Well, to be honest, I'd rather be larger than obviously smaller, I guess. I don't know.
No, it was huge. Like could have fit two of me in it. Huge.
Huge. Yeah, no, I got you.
But I'm excited it's coming. Yeah, he went all out. But last year he got me season 1 of Supernatural, and I still haven't watched it all the way through because we only have a DVD player in the living room.
And every time I'm over, we start it from the pilot again. And we get like 3 episodes in.
But I never have the living room by myself when I'm able to watch TV because I have, only 2 kids live here now. It makes me sound like a bad mom when I say that.
No, only 2 kids, but it's not just only 2 kids, but you got to think like, anytime you're doing it, it's usually, as well as explaining when I'm behind on shows, it's either screeners or, Carrie and I are watching something together or catching up on something out there, or the kids are around and you can't watch a lot of this stuff. So
I don't know why nobody wants to watch Supernatural with me. Kaylee did when she lived here, and then she grew up and moved out.
She left, when I grew up and get married, I'm living alone. That's Lauren's theme, but let's kind of dive into it, man. I mean, episode 8, the scorpion and the frog. This isn't the princess and the frog. Sorry, Disney fans, but we do see demons.
Well, I just want to say real quick, because it has been a minute. So last we recorded, Jack has taken off for fear of hurting someone. Colonel Sanders is hunting Jack and captured Cass and Lucifer, while we learned Ketch is still alive and working for evil Colonel Sanders, aka Asmodeus. So that's where we last left y'all. So now we're on episode 8.
No, that's when we left y'all over there at that point. So we do see a demon stealing a scroll from the Cambridge Museum. As said demon goes to give it to another demon. Drink every time I say demon. Bart then stabs that demon because he wants it all for himself and not for Asmodeus. But then calls Dean. It's a spell for finding a Nephilim. And he has something he wants the boys to do for him. Oh, Nephilim. You're right. My bad. It's been a minute, like I said. And now,
I forgot what a Nephilim was.
Yeah, come on. Jeez, he wants his reward. It is. Bart is the new Crossroads demon after Crowley moved up to the King of Hell. And now the boys reluctantly agree and are forced to team up with a young safecracker who sold her soul, nicknamed Smash, and a demon nicknamed Grab. Turns out, Smash and Grab, a little Smash and Grab, who doesn't like a little B&E? Turns out Bart wanted his bones from a human who sold his soul centuries ago to save his child. His kid sadly died a few years later, since this human Luther figured out a way he can't die so long as he's on property. And he has Bart's bone. So why he didn't burn them before, no idea. The bones are Indiana Jones style guarded. There's blood from someone who has been to hell and back is needed, which is why Bart needed Dean. In the end, they help Smash, aka Alice, burn the demons and essentially save her soul. However, they sacrificed getting the spell. So in the end, they save the girl, but they're right where they were at the beginning of the episode in their search for Jack. Yeah, this one, they walked right into a trap, basically. The guy already knew who he was, or who they were, because it's that really creepy guy. He's in a lot of stuff, and he usually plays
a creepy guy.
He just has that face, It's typically bad guys get typecast, and I
didn't even think about that. He did look, because there's people I see in Supernatural that I'm like, they look really familiar, and I don't even think about it. And it's funny, Josh and I were watching
Joe Chill, I want to say. And Batman Begins, the bad guy who was on the property.
Oh, that's funny. But we were watching The Pit, and there was this one woman that was driving me nuts, and I
I
finally
love
looked it
that
up, and I'm
show.
like, she was in Mighty Ducks, and Josh was like, "How did you remember her
Oh.
from the '90s in Mighty Ducks?" It's
Was
like
it
some faces just don't escape you. It was the
like
sister. She was
oh, okay,
trying to
never
help
mind.
out her niece, and the mom got all mad because she wanted to get an abortion.
Was this in the TV show Mighty Ducks?
No, The Pit.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? I don't remember this plot in the Mighty Ducks.
You never saw Mighty Ducks 4, all grown up, but still playing hockey?
Mighty Ducks. Charlie wants her to get an abortion because he's on AAA hockey and they can't afford a child right now. He's going to make it any day now.
Episode of Mighty Ducks.
Oh God. All right.
No. I thought you'd be proud of us for watching The Pit. Okay. So
I am proud of you. Yeah, no.
I genuinely did enjoy this episode. Dean is just funny in it. He's adorable when they grab his hand and, they prick the little hand and he's like, like all his faces and his hand, like, remember he has like the spell on him and his hand is like guiding him. I just thought it was kind of a
Idle
fun
Hands
episode. I need to rewatch that movie. I loved
Idle Hands is so ridiculous. I loved it myself. And I thought there was something where I want to say Finn Wolfhard was talking about remaking it at one point, which
I remember Devin Sawa actually like tweeted out that they were.
Maybe that's where I saw it. That might be where I saw it, where he was like endorsing Finn Wolfhard, or he endorsed the remaking of it or something. But yeah, I love that movie. Oh yes. Yeah, that'd be.
Foggy's in it, and I remember he would like his inhaler.
Seth Green and Foggy and Devin Sawa. Oh my God, that cast is so cool.
That. I need to add that to my list. I literally have a list here now of movies and I need to watch and comic books I need to read.
Yeah.
But okay, so one of the things though that I have an issue with, and this isn't just this episode in specific, it is in general, the whole burning of the bones kills a demon. I don't understand that. So are you telling me if somebody's cremated, they can't become a demon? I don't understand. I feel like they brought it out at one point.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
Crowley. Like, I felt like that was what the whole thing was. They were trying to control Crowley years ago when they sent somebody off to like Scotland or whatever to go find his bones. But then Bobby was torturing that girl and he had her bones and then this. And I don't know. I feel like that's odd.
I agree. Like, I guess I don't understand because you're right. So cremation obviously means you're not going to become a demon.
But then Ruby was a witch, which means she probably got burned alive and she became a demon.
Well, that's the other thing is how many witches were burned at the stake during Salem. And I don't know. That's a good point. I've never really thought about that, I guess, because I didn't, whatever. But yeah, burning of the bones kills them. And I don't know.
Maybe if their bones just happen to be there and then you can't control them if their bones are already destroyed. I don't know. But that was always just one of those things I felt like never made sense. And like, I'm not trying to nitpick Supernatural, like anything that's fictional.
Sounds like you are.
You gotta let it go. But
cracks in the love.
Needed to say that for myself.
Honeymoon phase is over.
Oh no, I still love this show so much.
All right, fun facts though. What fun facts we got for this episode?
So the title refers to an animal fable. In it, a scorpion asks a frog to carry it across a river. The frog is hesitant for fear of being stung, but the scorpion argues that if it did so, they would both drown. So the frog agrees, but halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog, and they're both now screwed. When the frog asks why, the scorpion replies that it was in its nature to do so. So obviously this is a parallel to Dean agreeing to make a deal with the demon.
Oh yeah, because it's instinct. Yeah, that's a good point.
He knew the demon was going to screw him over, but he went ahead and did it. So Dean is the frog. So when Dean is talking to Luther, the creepy dude, he makes reference to being home in time to watch an episode of Game of Thrones. Richard Brake Luther played the Night King in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, he did.
Could be a stretch, but who knows? Last fun fact is in the Cambridge Museum, you can see an advertisement for an exhibition called Reflections of the Pacific. And this is by Monique Meese. And she is a visual artist and one of the painters on the show. And I've actually heard her. She's been on the Then and Now podcast. Oh, cool. And she talked about how she did stuff for Supernatural. And then she cut back on her time and they were letting her do her own art mixed with doing some of the art for Supernatural. It was actually a really cool episode. They had
good for them. I like
artists on there, and they get to create all the stuff in the background, like the brochures and the playbills and the
that's so much fun. Yeah.
But it was cool that they not only worked with her schedule, but they put her stuff in the show too. So that's cute. I
do like that. Yeah, this episode was fun. I mean, the plot, they're trying to get the scroll, so they go right back to square one, and that's unfortunately where they're at. But it was still fun. They knew exactly what they were walking into. You see some demon backstabbing going on. Things are getting a little intense. So let's take us to the bad place.
So episode 9, The Bad Place. We kick off with Jack. He found an artist in an article and he could tell he's a dream walker.
Yes.
He dream walks for him, but when he says he's not strong enough, Jack helps him and it seems like he accidentally kills him. Jody got wind of the murder and sent it to the boys. Hence seemed like, but that's what we're made to believe. So they go to work the case, and Sam hacks the dead dude's emails and learns he was emailing with another dreamwalker, Kaya. Cut to her, and she's at a meeting because she overdosed. She says she's just stealing because she's just trying to make it in Trump's America. She actually says that. The truth is she's taking drugs and buying pills to stay awake so she doesn't dreamwalk to the bad place because she can't help but go there. Jack finds her first and busts her out. However, he starts to get very forceful, and then Sam and Dean happen to show up, and Kaya escapes. We then learn that Jack didn't know he killed the first Dreamwalker, and he's just trying to open a door to get Mary back. So he was shocked when they told him this guy was dead, but he's now thinking he killed him. And Derek helped him see Mary, which Jack shows the boys that she's in trouble. He does the head thing and shows them.
Yeah.
As Kaya tries to hitchhike away, she's kidnapped by angels. Oh, angels. Meanwhile, Patience has a vision of Kaya. Remember, Patience was Missouri's granddaughter.
Yeah.
So we learn it was the angels who killed Derek and not Jack. Jack is a bit offended that the boys thought he killed Derek, and he makes it clear his only family is Cass and the boys. Oh, you guys are my family. How could you think I could do this? Dean tells Jack he's right. We are family, and he is now absolutely determined to get Mary now that he knows she's alive. He had kind of accepted she was dead. It seemed like immediately. He was like, well, mom's
we weren't
gone.
That lucky.
But he was not, he was devastated by Cass's death, but he just kind of accepted that Mary was gone. But now that he knows she's alive, he's like, okay, we're going to go get her. So Angel Radio clues Jack in that the angels have Kaya, which they're using her as bait. Enter the boys, of course. Even when they know it's bait, they're still going to try to rescue people. The angels try to convince Jack to go with them, but he stops them, and then they try to leave with Kaya. Kaya refuses. She's like, I'm not going with you guys. You guys are crazy. They explain the situation, and she says she only dreams of the bad place, and when she wakes up bloody when she does. Dean is over it. He pulls out his gun on her, which ends up backfiring in the future. Jack shows Kaya what him and Derek saw, and she smiles for a second. More angels happen to catch up. They run to get to an abandoned ship, and Jack helps Kaya dreamwalk. You just see her screaming over and over because they cut to a commercial, and then she screams again. And then suddenly all the angels are dead, and there's a rip in the universe like the day Jack was born. Kaya is passed out on the side of the road. Jack is with a chained up Mary, and the boys are in the bad place inside a giant dinosaur footprint. We then end with Patience knocking on Jody's door because she's had a vision and something bad is coming.
It's never nice. Jody, anytime Jody is introduced, it's not going to be good for poor Jody there in the end, but
it's going to get hurt.
Yeah, no, this was kind of crazy, but I do like the growth too, because I feel like Dean, even though they've kind of accepted Jack, this was really the first time he's like, no, we are family. And this is really the beginning of all of that, because you do think Jack ends up killing because he goes there and his powers and all of that stuff. So it was a very good bait and switch when I was first watching this episode. I truly thought that Jack accidentally killed him, and it was a whole big accident because he's so powerful.
Right.
So when he didn't, I was pretty surprised. And also, hey, thank you, because I feel that really would have just not been good for Jack and Dean's, especially relationship there as they're growing. But we're starting to see Jack's power set ability, really come into play. And unfortunately it brings Mary back, which damn it, Jack, you should have just killed the Dreamwalker. I would have let you off the hook for that instead of bringing Mary back, man. But yeah, so fun facts. Kate calls Jack Sweet Life, which is a reference, obviously, to the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Zach and Cody look a bit like Jack, and their TV mom was Kim Rhodes, who plays Jody Mills. Yes, in case you didn't know that. Now, Lauren believes that this is a nod to the show The Good Place, where heaven is to be the good place and hell is the bad place. Not going to spoil at all about that show, but very good show if you haven't seen it.
It's a
3
very good
seasons,
show.
Right? 3 seasons, something like that.
Is it really how that is? No.
Yeah, it wasn't very. Maybe it was a little bit more. Maybe I'm just making
up seasons. I binged it, so I have no clue.
Right, same. It all melts together after a while, but yeah, no. Jody, yes, Sweet Life is Zach and Cody. If you don't know, Cole and Dylan Sprouse, and everything I've heard. Oh yeah, Frankenstein. Catch up. Big Daddy. Anybody? So
Kangaroo song, yeah.
This was a good one. What do you think about this episode?
This wasn't one of my favorites. I mean, it got us from point A to point B. There was nothing that I loved about it. I didn't like seeing Dean be like that with Kaya, but I think they did that intentionally to set stuff up that's coming down the line. I did think it was funny to see them in a place with freaking dinosaurs or Godzilla. That was
yeah.
They weren't even in the same universe as Mary.
Right. Yeah.
This is a completely different. It's not even because Kaya's bad place is not where Mary is. So this is a whole other universe. And I feel like they don't make that completely clear at times. I feel like sometimes they just kind of mesh it all. There's apocalypse world and there's the bad place.
Yeah.
So Mary's an apocalypse world, but I mean, it was all right.
Could have left her ass there, but whatever. Yeah. Let's go into Wayward Sisters. So episode 10, We're kicking things off with Claire killing some werewolves and saving a young girl. Jody calls Claire, tells her the boys were on a hunting trip and they haven't been home in a few days. Uh-oh.
Sounds familiar.
Hey, can you come on home, please? Now, Jody has all three girls again, Claire, Patience, and Alex. They listen to a voicemail from Sam about Kaya. They look her up, and Jody tells Claire that Patience had a vision of Claire dying, which Claire does not want to hear, obvious reasons, and cut to Kaya getting loaded into an ambulance with a couple of monsters from the bad place stalking her. Bad place stalking. Claire visits Alex at work and makes her look up Jane Doe one more time. It's Kaya, and she's at the hospital that Alex happens to work at. Now, a bad place monster shows up. Claire kills it this time, sucker, and they all go to Jody's with the dead monster. Kaya and Claire bond over their scars as Kaya warns those things travel in packs. They're coming. And then asks her, hey, what happened? She catches them up, says the door could still be open. Meanwhile, in the bad place, Dean's just chowing down some lizard, man. He's enjoying some lizard. Then he gets attacked by somebody in a dark robe. It's this world's Kaya. I didn't really care for Kaya at all. This whole storyline with Kaya could have just been done without, but whatever.
When he calls her Darth Dickwad or something like that.
Yeah. She leaves them tied up to the trees, and Patience has a vision that the monsters attack the house. They get out just in time before that happens. They call Donna and figure out where the door is at. It's surrounded by monsters, of course. Dun, dun, dun. And Kaya, Claire go through the door, you untie the boys, and then the dark figure that we don't know at the time, it's the other Kaya, goes to stab Claire, and main world Kaya jumps in, saves her. Woo, the day is saved. Now the boys and Claire make it back. However, Kaya is left behind. Claire takes this pretty hard. She's determined to get back there and kill what she thinks killed Kaya.
She bonded with Kaya pretty quick. And I like I don't know if this was intentional nod to Chasing Amy, but I'm going to pretend that it was when they're comparing scars.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also, that's actually a nod to Jaws. So it could have been a nod to Jaws.
Real.
But I like to think
my world open just to see Mary Winchester.
And then the please don't tell me it tastes like chicken. No, Sam, it's a lizard. It tastes like lizard.
Friggin' lizard. Well, I don't know what lizard tastes like either. I'm sorry.
I imagine it tastes somewhat like an alligator, maybe. So chewy. Maybe,
I guess. Yeah. That's possible.
So I think this fun fact everybody knows. This was supposed to be a backdoor pilot, which the fans requested and the network denied. I am curious as to how that would have done. I would have liked to have seen that. I also like the idea of the monster one, so maybe I'm a weirdo. When Jody calls Claire to tell her Sam and Dean, obviously that is a nod to the pilot. When Dean goes to find Sam and says, Dad's been on a hunting trip. I haven't heard from him in a few days. That wasn't even subtle.
Yeah. And I just, this episode, I don't care about the whole Kaya plot, I guess is my problem, because it feels very
forced.
And it reminds me of the Power Rangers movie from the 90s where they go and they're transported after Ivan Ooze sends them to this other dimension, and there's this robed lady running around, and I don't know why I just always think of that whenever I see the bad Kaya in the robes. It's from the Power Rangers movie, man, in like 1996.
Well, I don't feel like she was cannon fodder to just kill, but it felt a little like she was cannon fodder.
Yeah, and it was a plot device to essentially create. That's all she was, is, to essentially get them to go after something, create a rift, have some sort of, side plot going on, and I just didn't care for it really.
Remember, she plays into the whole Michael thing,
right? Exactly.
Later on, yeah.
Didn't care.
All right. Well, you know who we do care about? We care about Donna's niece.
We do. We care about Donna and her niece. Traveling
all alone in episode 11, Breakdown.
Bad idea.
So Donna's niece is taking a gap year. So she's very young. She's very pretty. She looks a lot like Donna. So her car breaks down. She gets kidnapped. Donna calls the boys. She doesn't think it's supernatural, but she asks for help and they don't hesitate. She's like, I know this is your type of thing. And they're like, we will be there. So the actual FBI are on the scene. So Dean says Donna is a family member and that's why he's there. Doug, her boyfriend, is also there and is like, whoa, you guys are family members? Were you at the reunion?
That's very good job. Yoo-hoo, family.
Yoo-hoo. Big summer blowout. So the FBI tells them she is not the only victim of this kidnapper and they haven't found any of the victims. Sam wants to get the hell out of there. He's like, look, they're still FBI fugitives. This is the real FBI. They're legally dead, but Sam's not wanting to get back on the radar. Dean tries using this, and then, okay, so that story is kind of, well, it's not over. But so cut to Dean trying to use a CD radio, and he gets a lead to a diner. Dean and Doug head there, and some homeless dude tells him that the cashier liked Wendy. Wendy's the niece. We then see Donna's niece tied up and being filmed. The real FBI guy jumps in as lead. The guy has something of Wendy's. Oh, he gets a lead. He brings in this lead. He's really creepy. He's very religious, and he has something of Wendy. He's a religious, judgmental nut job, but he seems to be telling the truth about not hurting Wendy, and Donna believes him. The shirt must have been planted. Dean cut back to Dean. This episode went a lot of back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumping around in this, so it's easy to get very confused.
Yeah, so that's why my notes, I'm trying not to make them too abrupt, but they're just going to be abrupt. He attacks the cashier, and he shows Dean a website where monsters bet on body parts. So it is kind of supernatural.
It's kind of cool.
Dean, Sam, and Donna realize it's food for monsters. Doug is very confused as he does not know monsters are real. The cashier says that he sends a message when he sees someone he thinks won't be missed, and then he gets paid. I don't know why you would think a young, pretty girl would not be missed.
That's like the one person who probably would go
like she doesn't look
plastered
homeless
everywhere. Yeah, that was very bad move on your part, buddy.
Yeah. So Wendy pops up, and Donna gives Doug the talk. He's like, she's, the monsters are real talk, which I don't like when Jody gives it, because Jody acts so like, ho, I knew about this first.
I know, she's very, well, I mean, I brag too. No, Jody can brag.
But it's traumatizing to people that are learning. And,
Jody's been traumatized. Jody has had like every bone in her body broken every time she appeared.
All I have is that I look cool telling people I knew about monsters first, even though my
you want to talk scars? This arm snapped at this time. This leg snapped at this time. Yeah, monsters are real, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So the FBI gets a lead on where the video is being filmed. Doug gets left babysitting the cashier, who happens to be a vamp. Oh, they didn't know that, and he ends up turning Doug. Doug didn't even know monsters were real, and now he is.
I know.
Dean shoots him up with dead man's blood, and they end up curing him. And I love the scene where they're like, "Oh, is it going to work?" And Dean's like, "It worked on me." So, however, the vamp tells him that the FBI guy is the brother of the dude hacking people up. Cut to the FBI guy, and they got Sam.
Feds, man, they're always
ready
bad.
for action.
Freaking feds.
This dude knows full well who Sam and Dean are. Donna saves her niece after forcing the vamp to tell them exactly where Sam and Wendy are. Dean shoots the FBI guy. Woohoo! Happy ending. Except Doug takes this monster thing very different than I think anyone we've ever seen. Doug leaves Donna because he can't handle her being a badass monster hunter. But he does call her a hero, and he tells her he loves her. I'm sorry, Doug. You're a sweetheart.
You're missing out, buddy. Also,
F you. Donna, stop dating Dougs.
Okay, so, but
I'm
also,
sure there's good Dougs out there too.
Doug,
like Doug.
Buddy, let's talk. Because the fact that he knows monsters are real, he got turned into one, and the only reason why he lived is because Donna and her badass friends. I'm sticking with her for life at that point. I'm not.
Plus, just because you don't like this revelation doesn't change the fact that they're real.
They're real. And if they come back, I'd rather be with, I don't know, God's favorite sons at that point.
Although I will say a lot
they weren't really their favorite sons anymore. Yes. However, you're with Donna, and then they can call up Sam and Dean anytime. So I'd rather be with somebody I know I'm going to be safe around, or at least have a fighting chance, rather than off on my own if I know monsters are real. I'm not getting Men in Blacked here with like, look at the light, beep.
Right, they do need that. Well, see, I liked Doug when we met him with all the one where the guy, the birthday party dude died, and he had all those costumes and everything.
Oh yeah.
Because Donna was being mean to him, and he was taking it. He felt like it wasn't about her and whatnot. But it's like, apparently he's just a punching bag. He can't stand up for himself no matter what it is. Doesn't make him a bad guy, but it's just like,
it's not somebody you like. I don't know. It's kind of.
It was interesting. I wonder if they did it because they thought maybe that backdoor pilot was still going to happen, and they didn't want Doug to be a regular.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. I guess maybe that was the time. That would make sense. But
everybody reacts things differently, so I guess it is good to see differing viewpoints.
Yeah, not everybody's cool with what's going on, so it's very realistic in a sense that not everybody's going to be chill with the fact that there's monsters, and it's rather being ignorant about them than actually acknowledge that they're real and have to live around that potentially forever too. I don't know. Yeah. Now, various Sun-Dry villains, episode 12. We saw a guy
for the last one was Donna's niece was also in Party on Garth. That's it.
Yes.
Right.
Apologies.
Right.
Now we see a guy in a liquor store getting hit on and instantly fall in love. She convinces them to rob the place for her, and that's all it took. All right. She then beats the poor schmuck to death as Sam researches. Dean just happens to go for a beer run at that time. Dean did mention Cass. Sam reassures him that Cass is fine, checks in daily, all of that good jazz.
Cass is not fine. He's still locked up with Lucifer.
Things are very much not chill with Cass, but he doesn't know that time. Now, cutting to Cass and Lucifer in the cages. Lucifer is still powered down right now, and Cass taunts him. Lucifer then tells Cass about how Mary was being tortured in the other world. Cass then tells Lucifer how good Jack is and that he's the one that brought Castiel back. Lucifer shows a little bit of his power, and together they manage to get out. Once free, Lucifer asks Cass for some grace. Instead, he stabs him, says he learned it from his mistake with the darkness. Good for you, buddy.
Yep.
Good for you. Now, back to Dean, who's on the beer run. Some girl screams for help. Then casts her love spell on Dean, and he rushes back to the bunker to tell Sam that he's in love. I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. As he confesses these feelings, he pulls out the black grimoire and says it's a gift for his love.
You say like Rowena. The grimoire.
The grimoire. Now, yes, Sam puts what's happening together really quick, compares it to when Becky drugged him. Sam steals the keys, but then Dean knocks out Sam and walks on back. Sammy shows up to save the day. Dean and Sam begin fighting at this point because it wouldn't be a supernatural episode if they don't fight in some capacity. Sam then finds a hex bag, but Dean continues just because he loves her so much. Okay. And this is when Rowena comes in.
Sam. He does. I just love her so much.
Rowena's had enough. All right. She just survived Lucifer again, but she needs the black grimoire to stop Lucifer for good this time. She knew that the boys wouldn't just give it to her, so that's why she employed the girls, but they took off with the book. Rowena then learns what happened to Crowley, and honestly, she's not very happy about it, of course. Now, back to the girls. Rowena asks if Dean got to 5th base. The boy...
And he's like, there is no 5th base.
Sheltered boy.
I love this scene. She's like, you poor sheltered boy. And then Sam looks at Dean like, really, dude? Come on. And Dean's like, what? What did I miss?
So the girls are trying to bring back their dead mother. They take the guy at the store and piss off Brenda, the cashier. They kill him to bring her back, but Brenda was very irritated and she gives up the girls to Dean very quickly, which Rowena predicts, of course. So fickle.
Like, I don't think those girls are very loved by other girls in this.
Sam and Rowena
making everyone fall in love with them.
Yeah. This is actually, it's kind of the beginning of Sam and Rowena's bonding.
Bond.
I love it because they have a bonding moment over being tortured by Lucifer. And then when Dean gets back, she still does cast a spell, freezes the boy's feet so she can escape on her own because, come on, Rowena's still not reformed at this point. She finds the girls, sees that their mother's essentially a zombie, and Sam finally gets the hex bag, to which they then go after Rowena. They save her, and unfortunately...
Dean's like, you're like 7 feet tall. Just grab it.
Sam then goes to take the book from Rowena, and she generally looks terrified at this moment, and it's kind of crazy. So Sam slips her the page that she wanted. Dean calls him out for it, but Sam doesn't regret it. So we then see Rowena level up by breaking the magical chains put on her years ago. I like this. I don't have a problem with Sam doing this because, again, they bonded. He gave her a page. They got the book. They're still good in her. I know it. I didn't have a problem with this.
I think he just saw, and I loved the scene with them bonding because Rowena always seems to be putting on this filter of like,
she's got a front. She's a strong, powerful, badass woman.
Right. But she's like teeny tiny, itty bitty. You could put her in your pocket, but she's super powerful and she's always underestimated. And by the people who don't underestimate her, they knock her down. And so she's always been out for only herself. And I think that this was the first time we really saw her truly vulnerable, and
somebody treated her with respect back too at the same time. Like, this is the first time somebody actually shows her respect, not just fear respect, but like respect. Well,
and empathy. And Sam is one of the few people that can truly express empathy to that specific situation.
Agreed. And that's what I do love about Sam too, is he can be kind of whiny and annoying at times, but he is a very empathetic human. And that's where, in a lot of areas, he's better than Dean now.
How dare you? I think he's just better at expressing it. I think that Dean is actually more empathetic to actual situations, but he's just not great at expressing it like Sam is.
Express yourself. Yeah, no, I get that.
Come on. Sam didn't even look for him in purgatory.
Yeah, well,
that was seasons ago.
Oh, well. But what fun facts do we have on this episode?
So the sisters whisper, "Agrota amore," which means love sickness. And then Naomi, the angel who wanted Cass to kill Dean, directed this episode.
Oh, good for her.
Apparently she's like a big time director, because I was listening to the Then and Now podcast today, and they're on the episodes where she's making Cass like do her bidding, and they're like, oh yeah, she's a big director now. I don't know what else she's directing, but she did direct a few episodes of
Now I'm curious, so we'll have to look into that. But good for her. Yeah, I like this episode. Decent episode. And we got Rowena back, and I still love
good for them. I mean, if I had a love spell for Dean, I'd probably cast it too. But see, like, it wasn't because they were doing bidding for themselves and trying to use them. It was just entertaining. Whereas Becky's love spell was just straight up creepy.
Yeah. I mean, because there's like the creepy way to do things, and we've all seen Descendants,
I have not sat down and watched all of Descendants.
But
I do know that she does a cast
where she
spell
casts
and
the
then
love spell, and then
he goes in the enchanted lake and it comes off.
And I knew the whole time, but I was in love with you anyways, Mel. Ugh.
That kid is not a great actor. Brielle's
Are
had it on
any of
more
them
lately.
great actors? There's a reason why you don't see any. Well, okay, the one kid unfortunately passed away. He was in a lot of stuff.
Oh, he was in a lot of stuff with Adam Sandler.
The rest of the cast, there's.
Isn't Mal was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., wasn't she?
I don't know.
I think she was.
She tried to have a music career, but it didn't really go anywhere.
Pretty sure that's her. I might be confusing with somebody else. Okay, episode 13.
Yeah, well.
Devil's Bargain. Cass is found in the woods by some kids and suddenly jolts awake. Then we see Cupid match a couple, and Lucifer steals Cupid's grace because he's a jerk, and then he kills poor Cupid. But he still feels a bit human and is looking for more angels, and he's hungry for actual food, not just angelic grace.
Brain.
Cass then makes it to the bunker and catches the boys up about Lucifer and how Otherworld Michael wants to invade and conquer this world. Sam brings Donatello to the bunker for help. They went to
radical.
They went to Angel Cuff. What? I did not proofread this. They went to Angel Cuff a week Lucifer. Oh, that is correct. They want to Angel Cuff a week Lucifer. Use the Angel Cuffs on Lucifer. They think it'll work because he's weak right now. And then they want to use his grace to open up a door. The spell is on the Angel tablet, but they only have the Demon tablet, and Donnie, or the Prophet, can decipher it. So he's, remember, the only one that can decipher these tablets.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie says he needs 25 buckets of chicken wings to do it. Angel Radio then suddenly hits Cass hard. It's about Cupid, who Lucifer. So then we meet Sister Joe, an angel healing people for cash. Lucifer knows exactly who she is. If Joe doesn't sound familiar, that's Danielle Ackles, and she's an angel. Dun, dun, dun. So
Jensen's angel.
There's actually a cute little clip of them on the, I guess, DVD. I came up on like my Instagram reels and I sent it to a bunch of friends. She had talked about how she was happy to come on the episode, not as Dean's love interest. And Jensen goes, well, you play that every day. She goes, yeah, that's boring. And then she made a comment. She goes, but Dean is hotter than you. He's like, what? And he goes, and then he responds with, is that why sometimes you want me to use the Dean voice?
Oh,
got a little like that.
Okay.
That was cute. Okay, so in their search for Lucifer, they run into Ketch. He proposes a team up.
God dang, I hate you, Ketch.
I love it. Cass just puts Ketch to sleep and they throw him in the trunk. I love it so much. He's just like, I'm not dealing with this. Boop. And he does his little fingers.
Blame. I would do the same thing.
Wish I could do that. So they track down Sister Joe, which they learned about from a homeless dude that Lucifer had told about her. So we see Lucy and Anil, Sister Joe's angel name, are getting freaky with her grace. She's going to feed him slowly. Self-preservation or getting freaky. I don't really know what's happening here. They have a heart-to-heart, and Lucifer does get a bit vulnerable. He's still got a little bit of humanity in him.
Interesting.
While Donnie goes to get his chicken, Asmodeus, disguised as Cass, shows up and Donnie tells him everything. Asmodeus does something to Donnie and tells him to report everything back to him. So now he's got a spy, and the spy doesn't even know he's a spy. So Sam calls the hotel room that Joe and Lucifer are at and tells her that the credit card didn't work. This gets her out of the room where the boys and Cass stop her. She tells them Lucifer is in the room and wants to drain her of grace. She acts hurt and innocent and tells them that Lucifer is weak. She then knocks on the door and calls him Lord Lucifer, which he's confused at. They all barge in. It's suddenly Lucifer and Anil versus the boys and Cass. Catch, fresh out of the trunk, tries to kill them, but the two of them flew off just in time. So Catch again tries to work together and comes clean that he's been working with Asmodeus. He claims to be doing this because he is not comfortable with Lucifer running free.
Can't trust a thing that piece of crap says.
You really can't. But I mean, he is being honest at this point. And I feel like Dean has a really good bullshit thermometer or maybe bullshit meter. I don't know. Anyways, he can tell when people are bullshitting. And I
don't know why I thought you were about to say or meat thermometer. And I was like, oh, what?
Meat thermometer.
I don't know why I thought that's.
He is the meat man.
I was like, meat thermometer. Oh, God.
You know, he's got a meat thermometer. He's the meat man. Okay. So Lucifer told some angels he could get their wings back. He's on the throne of heaven. Suddenly he is on the throne with Anil at his side. We wrap up with talking to Asmodeus and showing his recent new purchase. So Catch is talking with Asmodeus, and he's like, look what I just got. The Archangel Blade, complete with the Archangel Gabriel, who is once again...
He's back.
Not dead.
Yes, he is back. I like that we have him back again because I love him.
Yeah,
but
same.
More than that, it was kind of fun seeing Lucifer on the throne of heaven there. I don't know. You know, he's taken over heaven. You feel it's almost Empire Strikes Back like in a sense of, ooh, Lucifer's getting freaky. Now he's up there chilling in heaven and all that stuff. So I didn't mind that.
I kind of would have liked to have a little bit more of the two of them, like Anil and Lucifer, because I feel like
I do too.
Until he went and snapped back to become super evil again, like she was enjoying this. Like she was down to be his first lady.
And I would have liked, it's just like Demon Dean, right? There's some things I would have loved to have seen a little bit more of, but I understand why we couldn't. And, Lucifer's line, "Hail to the King, baby." It's an homage to Bruce Campbell's Army of Darkness. Absolutely love that movie. Yes. Now, in 2012, Danielle Ackles was asked when she'd appear on Supernatural. Her response was season 13, and she was actually correct, as she is Sister Joe. She was created specifically for Danielle. And, Sister Joe's angel name is Anil, and she is in Christian and Jewish lore and mythology. In Christianity, she is one of the seraphim. It's much like Cass. But in Jewish lore, her identity is not consistent. Most texts list her as being a seraph, but some have her as one of these 7 archangels, which I think is pretty cool. Also, like, good. They brought her as a, she could be an archangel depending on the lore. It's pretty badass to have Danielle, Ackles be in that part. So Gabriel, Richard Spite Jr., shows up with his mouth sewed shut. This is a nod to Norse mythology and Loki, who had his mouth sewn shut by the dwarf Brokkr after losing a wager, and that's originally who we thought, Gabe was. And yeah, he's back, and how he loves playing his tricks. Unfortunately, though.
Tricks are for kids.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I think that's a line coming up.
Uh-oh. Well,
not yet.
Yeah, episode 14, Good Intentions. Jack wakes up in the bunker, safe and sound. This is when an alarm goes off. The boys are now dying. They're calling for Jack's help. He can't actually help, unfortunately. It's Michael messing with his mind. They believe that Jack is their ticket to the other world. So they use fake Cass, Jack's mind, to turn against the boys and show him that humans are bad despite all of their good intentions. Jack isn't buying it fully, so Michael begins to get a little forceful, throws Jack in a cell with Mary, and he tells him Sam and Dean sent him, introduces himself. Hello, I'm Mike. Now, she figures out who he is, and she says that he should be 6 months old. That's when he kind of explains, hey, I'm here. A rescue mission went wrong. And then she explains that Michael's plans are essentially global, universal, multi-dimensional domination. He explains he's there after, I already said that, excuse me. Now, don't open the door. Do not open the door. Please don't open the door. And Jack and Mary escape. They run into this world's Bobby. Hey, Bobby's back. Yay. Who knew Mary Campbell from that world. Now, Bobby takes him to his camp and tells Mary that his Mary lost John and never made the deal. So Sam and Dean weren't there to save their world because the deal was never made. And there we go.
I don't like this, though. No, it's my next line. Like, she feels validated for her shitty decisions. Like, she always felt guilty for what she did because it led to Sam getting the demon blood and being possessed by Lucifer and going to hell. And all these things happened to him. His girlfriend died, like, in front of him in a brutal, brutal way. He grew up not knowing his mom. But now she's vindicated because if she hadn't made that deal, her Sam and Dean would never have existed in an apocalypse world would have happened there. I hate that.
It's pretty messed up rationalization. And, yeah. Again, more reasons to not like Mary. It
sounds like if she didn't make that deal, that was a stronger Mary. Yes. And maybe Mary and her gang could have been the ones to stop the apocalypse. Like that. Maybe just because I don't like her. Nice try, guys. I didn't fall for it. I don't like this Bobby as much either. He's kind of a dick.
I don't like this Bobby much either because now Bobby sees Jack using his angel powers doing shadow puppets. And this is when Bobby switches really quick and tells Mary that they've got to go.
It's like too quick to just jump sides.
She says she goes with, and that's when angels attack. Bobby then blames Jack, and after he takes out some angels, Bobby does say thank you, but he's still kind of an a-hole about it all. Now, Donnie claims he's finished the translation and has the spell ingredients to open up a portal. Gog and Magog's hearts are the ingredient. Cass and Dean go to get Gog and Magog as they argue over who kills whose. That's when Dean and Cass are equally beautiful.
They're like, I will kill the beautiful one. And he's like, because they're talking in a different language. Yes, and obviously, Dean doesn't know what they're saying, but Cass does because he's an angel. And the one guy's like, I will kill the more beautiful one. And he's like, they are equally beautiful.
They finally take them down and they learn that they don't actually have hearts. And this was all one big setup meeting. Yes. Now, back home, Donnie's trying to take out Sam. Unfortunately, Donnie lost. Or fortunately, I should say, Donnie loses and gets locked up. As Sam and Dean confront Donnie, Dean starts to joke. Cass puts on his angry eyes. Whatever that was. They realize Donnie snapped because he doesn't have a soul. Cass didn't know this at the time, though. The soul filters the darkness in the tablet. Cass offers that if Donnie dies, a new prophet comes to be. Sam's not so chill with this, so Cass does a little bit of torturing because he doesn't really have time for this. He doesn't want them getting hurt again. Cass ends up leaving Donnie brain dead.
Cass ain't having that.
Well, Donnie ends up brain dead, so I don't know if that's really funny, but he did learn about the Asmodeus deal, and he got the spell, Grace of an Archangel, Fruit from the Tree of Life, the Seal of Solomon, and the Blood of a Most Holy Man. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, no, it's sad to see Donnie go out that way. You know, Donnie was a G, but unfortunately he became a G.
Back?
I think, yeah, he does, but he's brain dead right now. So at that moment, you don't know this, and you're kind of like, ooh, sorry.
Yeah,
buddy.
I guess I feel like once they lose their soul, though, I feel like it's just a totally different thing. So, I mean, he did good with like, I like when they ask him, like, how are you dealing? And he goes, whenever I come to a decision, I say, what would Mr. Rogers do? And that helps with my soul. And I think it goes to how inherently good or bad some people are. Because remember the one cop lady when we first met the darkness, she immediately like went to kill her mother. She's just like, after baby Amara 8 years old, she's like, well, I've always wanted to know what that was like. Whoa. Like she was one of the people that like
makes you think like what dark thoughts, do people hold back at all times?
Right. But yeah, I do think that was funny because he's like, well, what's so different about Donnie? And they're like, well, he doesn't have a soul. And Cass is like, what? Why doesn't he have a soul? That's the filter for the prophet or whatever. But Cass also is being very practical about it. Like if we kill Donnie, we get another prophet. Like he's not saying anything that's not totally unreasonable.
That's true. Now, yeah. Why don't you hit us the fun facts before we do wrap up this segment with a most holy man?
So Gog and Magog come up in the Christian Bible, the Hebrew one, and the Quran, generally associated with evil or Satan, and the Apocalypse as well. Sometimes Gog is a person and Magog is land. It differs a lot. The made of sand part seems to be just for supernatural, at least from what I read on the Britannica website. There is a ton of information if these people genuinely interest you. I was shocked. I thought I was just going to get like a one line, and I was like, wow, I could do a whole episode on Gog and Magog and all the lore. But they were comical and they were fun, and they honestly seemed sad. Nice. Like I was honestly more sad when they were like going to kill them than like when Donnie ended up like that. Cause I was like, it was just a cute scene, but you were ending the lives of these things that have been around forever.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
sad and cute. Yeah, there was a lot happening. Yeah.
You got like Cass doing the Enochian, and Dean's like, are you sure you said that right? And he's like, I don't get words wrong, Dean. And it was just a fun, they're a little banter. That's, it's the known each other forever kind of banter, but also still love each other kind of banter. And then you have these other two characters that are just hilarious, and Dean has no idea how hilarious.
Right.
And Dean's just making comments about their diapers, like because what they're wearing, their loincloths or whatever. Ask them where they got their loincloth. And Cass is like, Dean.
Can't say that.
Shit. No. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, so take us, to this end of segment, a most holy man.
Most holy man. So we're in Malta. A skull is stolen from a church, and it is the skull of St. Peter. The boys are researching ingredients. Sam thinks blood from a saint will work for the spell, and they find a Margaret Astor online who sells random stuff like that. Because they're trying to figure out, like, what would be, a blood from a most holy man? Like, what does that actually mean? Is it a saint? What is it? So this girl they reach out to, she hits on Sam and introduces them to someone who may be able to help. She is very not subtle about hitting on Sam. Sam is not comfortable. And I love that whenever Sam gets hit on, Dean like rolls his eyes. And whenever Dean gets hit on, Sam rolls his eyes.
Yeah. They're both like, ugh.
Well, they are like two different. I mean, they're both attractive, but I feel like, you have the Sam D girls and the Dean girls. Okay.
Yeah.
So he says he'll only help if they steal the skull from the Seattle mob boss. Dean's like, okay, sounds good. Let's go. Off they go, and they stumble upon a dead body. Next thing they know, some mobsters take the boys in, and they drive baby. Dean was not happy about that. He had to sit in the back seat of his own car. So some random dude sees this take place. The mob dude, who was in 10 episodes of The Sopranos, they meet, knows they're legally dead, so killing them won't matter. So he's done his research on them. He knows who they are, and he doesn't know what they are, but he knows kind of who they are. He asks about their deal with Greenstreet, who is the other guy, the one who asked them to steal the skull. The mob dude tells them the skull was stolen from him because he already paid for half of it. So he tells the boys if they find the skull, he'll pay them well enough to buy what they need from Greenstreet. Now, back at the hotel, they pull the fire alarm so Sam can search the room where the body was found, which is now a crime scene. I got to assume that only works in movies. Like, let's pull the fire alarm.
I feel that only happens in movies. There's no way that happens in real life. No.
Right. So the random dude knocks out Sam. So the random guy that's kind of been like stalking in the background knocks out Sam because it's a supernatural episode. Or it's not a supernatural episode until the giant 6'5" dude gets knocked out. Dean grabs Dean. Nope. Somebody grabs Dean and they ding the random guy who was
Lauren grabs Dean.
I grab Dean. So the random guy is clean. Like, so they meet up with this random guy now and they find out who he is because they had the whole situation and debacle going on. There's a lot going on in this episode. I really like this episode though because it's a mob episode. So this rando is Father Luca. He's a priest. He's looking for the skull, which was stolen from his
What's wrong with you, stupido?
He's actually prepared to buy it. It was a small town, so he knew who did it, but then he found the guy who did it dead. So that was the guy at the beginning of the episode. He knocked out Sam because he thought Sam was the one who did it. Sam offers to get the skull back for him. There was a random number on a piece of paper that the priest remembers. It is a tracking number. How does he remember that? They end up somewhere with the fake cop, the skull, and the lady that was hitting on Sam, and the Scarpati mob boss. So there's all these people in this one room together. The woman who was hot for Sam kills the thief and now wants more money from Scarpati or Green Street will buy it. She's got some brass cojones, but she's not the brightest tool in the shed. Priest believes all good things are from God. Of course, Dean doesn't buy that for a second because he knows God is a dick. Sam gets himself caught in the middle of it all. He has a suitcase of money he offers to buy the skull. He's like, hey, this is what I got. I will just buy it. Dean and the priest then make their move while Sam's negotiating. Fake cop then shoots the lady with a hard-on for Sam because she was very annoying. A shootout then occurs. Everybody starts shooting everybody. The priest starts praying. The priest gets shot. It's just a graze. He's fine. After the shootout, the boys confront Green Street, who never actually had the blood of a saint. He was full of it. He just wanted to do a little sharkanery.
Who doesn't want to do a little sharkanery?
So they go to say goodbye to the priest, who now has the skull and is heading home. Before he dips out, though, Sam's like, hey, I happened to Google you and saw that you're a apostolic protonary supernumerary. What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
He says, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just something the Pope gave me for my good deed. The Pope calls him un homo santissimo, which translates to a most holy man. And they're like, we're going to need one more thing from you. One ingredient down, 3 to go.
You have what we need. I need your blood. Imagine just being like, hey, I guess it's not that weird after the whole thing.
After everything that happened.
Right.
But nothing supernatural happened. I do feel like this is still weird because in that scenario, this was...
Get your blood, please. Yeah, they're getting a skull back, actually. This isn't a demonic supernatural.
No, this was a mob thing. This was negotiating. This was rich people buying dumb crap. That's what this was.
Can we get your blood? If I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me that.
Right?
Well, they got it one way or another, whether they had to hold his ass down or what, but they ended up getting it. So
I guess he's like, these guys saved my life. I'll give them what they want. That's a strange request.
Can a vial of my blood? All right.
And he went home and Googled them and was like, what the?
You probably did. Now, this episode is an homage to the classic film, The Maltese Falcon in 1941. There are references to the movie throughout the episode, as well as music from that era. The woman that really wants to sleep with Sam is Miss Astor. She was the love interest in The Maltese Falcon. Sam and Dean are sent to Richard Greenstreet, another character from that movie, Sidney Greenstreet. In the movie and this episode, they're both looking for an item from Malta. And Dean is eating pizza from Papa Giovanni's. Giovanni is basically John in Italian, so he's eating Papa John's.
I really liked that fun fact.
It is hilarious, right? It sounds so like Italian.
Silly, but it's cute. It's adorable.
And Naomi also directed this episode. And Dean took a lot of headshots.
Now, Dean makes a comment about Sam taking a lot of headshots lately. It's like, you're not wrong. It's been going on since season 1.
Whole lot of concussions, buddy. Yes.
And that's what we got. And our next episode is Scooby Natural, but we already did that.
We're going to skip it. But, we are going to be talking with a couple of really cool people, such as, a couple creators from IDW Publishing who love Supernatural. So we're going to be talking with them. We're going to be talking with Preeti Chibber, who wrote issue 4, the Supernatural Valentine's Day special.
And she's been consulting on the Greg Pak run too.
Yeah.
She's actually listed. I didn't even put that together until after we interviewed her. And I was reading number 4 of the current Supernatural comic, and it says consulting by Preeti.
She's there. She is. She was such a great interview. Awesome. So go ahead, check her out ahead of time. And she wrote the Valentine's Day special, Dynamite. So that's coming out. So we got a couple good Supernatural episodes getting ready to come down the stovepipe for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Check out our YouTube, the whole playlist of Supernatural if you want to listen to all of them in order. We will wrap up season 13, and then we only got 2 seasons left. And who knows, we might get that done by our MegaCon if we get the Supernatural panel picked up. So we'll see at that point.
Yeah,
we'll see. Anyways, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, follow. As always, find us everywhere. Let us know your favorite moments from this batch of episodes of Supernatural. And we are going to catch you guys later. Next time, all of the above. Peace out. Go demon hunting, but don't steal any skulls and ask anybody for blood, please. Thank you.